Hello everyone. We are going to discuss about the nature of management. Means management as a science, management as an art, and the management as a profession. So first of all, we have to discuss about the management as a science. Before discussing about the management as a science, we have to know about the meaning of the science. If we don't know about the meaning of the science, then how can we define management as a science? So first of all, we have to know about the meaning of the science. Means what is science? So science is the systematized body of knowledge that explains a certain general truth or operations of general law. In other words, science is the systematized body of knowledge based on experiments and whose results are verifiable. Means you can say the science is the systematized body of knowledge and which is based on the experiments. With the help of experiments, the principles of science are established and the theory of the science is established. And the principle of science which are based on experiments, their result is verifiable. We can verify the result of these principles of the science by applying these principles in the real life. So that is the science. Means it is a systematized body of knowledge. For this, there is a requirement of theoretical knowledge and there is a requirement of the principles. So in the same way, we will discuss the management is a science or not. For discussing this management as a science, we have to discuss about the features of the science. If the science feature is fulfilling the requirement of the management as a science, then we can say that management is a science. So we have to discuss the features of this science. The features of science are: first one is the systematized body of knowledge. The science is the systematized body of knowledge, means there is a theoretical knowledge and the principles are there in the science. The principle of science are based on general truth and these are verifiable. So in the same manner, in management, if we say that the management also a systematized body of knowledge because it is also based on theory and it also having its principles given by some specialists or the experts of the management. They have given some principles for the science. So science, we can say that according to this feature, we can say that the management is also a science. The second thing is the principle based on experiments. The principle of science, these are based on experiments, means the principle of science are also established on the basis of observation and then for a long time period the experimentation of these principles are done and after that these principles are applied in the real life. In the same way, in management also the principles are based on observation and their experiment also can be done there. But the principle of management cannot be like the principle of science. They are not giving the desired result every time, everywhere. So the principle of management and principle of science, both principles are not same according to this feature. Both are based on experimentation, but their result sometimes cannot be verified in case of management. So according to this feature, the management is not a complete science. The third thing is universal validity. The principle of science is having the universal validity. In whole universe, the science principle can be used in the same manner. They can be applied in the same way. And in the same way, we can say the management principle also can be applied in the whole universe in the same way. But sometime their application may differ from place to place because the management is related to the human behavior and human behavior is changeable. So if the human behavior is changeable, then the principle of management also can be applied in a changed manner. So according to this feature, we can say that management is not a complete science. In conclusion, we can say that management is a science, but not the exact science because their principles are not static like the science. So that's why management is not the exact science. It can be said that the management is inexact science, or you can say that the management is the soft science. So it will be better to say about the management that it is inexact science or it is a soft science. Then second thing, the management as an art means the management is art or not. So for this also we have to discuss about the meaning of art, means what is art. After that we can tell that management is art or not. So first see the meaning of the art. What is art? Art is the skillful and personal application of existing knowledge, the knowledge which we have acquired in the science, the application of that knowledge in a skillful manner is called the art to achieve desired result. It can be acquired through study, observation, and experience. It's creative in nature. The art is creative in nature, means time and again, when the time will pass, or with the experience of the person, he will be creative in the skills. So, art is the skillful and personal application of the existing knowledge to achieve the desired result. The desired result means the goal which is decided. To achieve that goal, we are applying our personal knowledge for achieving the desired result in a skillful manner. So, this is the art. And in management also, there is a existing knowledge, and for achieving the desired result, we are using the existing knowledge to achieve our result. So, on the basis of the feature of art, we can decide that management is an art or not. So, first feature is existing of theoretical knowledge. In art, it is required that there should be a theoretical knowledge. If there is no theoretical knowledge, then what we will apply? For applying something, we require the theoretical knowledge. For example, I'm teaching here. So for teaching here, I have to know about the management. I have a knowledge about this management. If I'm not having the knowledge about the management, then how can I teach? With the help of this knowledge, only I can teach. So existence of theoretical knowledge is required for the art. If theoretical knowledge is there, then only it can be applied. So in management also there is a theoretical knowledge is required, and only the manager can apply his knowledge for managing the business organization or managing any of the activity. So according to this feature, the management is an art. The second feature is personalized application. Personalized application means the application of this theoretical knowledge will differ from person to person. Means the all persons who are having the same knowledge, they are not applying in the same manner. They are using their existing knowledge in the different manner. Means, for example, two teachers are there having the same degree, having the same knowledge, but when they are teaching during the class time, one is teaching a very good manner and another one is not explaining but in the better way. So what is this? This is the personalized application, means their knowledge which they are having, the application of that knowledge is differ from one person to another person. In the same way, two managers are there. One is very successful and another one is not successful. It means one is applying the knowledge in a better way and another one is not applying the knowledge in a better way. So personalized application is there. So in art, personalized application is there. With having same knowledge, the application of that knowledge differ from person to person. In the same way, in management also this thing happens. So in this way, we can say that according to this feature, the management is an art. The third one is based on practice and creativity. The art is based on practice. When we do the practice more and more, it will be fruitful more, and it will bring the creativity in the application. In the same way, in management also, the manager who is having the experience, who will do the practice of the management, then he will get more knowledge about the management and he will be the better manager for that organization. And in his in his activities, the creativity also will come. So, on the basis of these three features, we can say that management is an art. So, management is a science as well as the management is an art. The third thing, the management as a profession, means management is profession or not. So, first of all, we have to know about the profession, the meaning of the profession. Profession means an occupation for which a specialized knowledge and technical skills are required. Means a specialized knowledge is required. The person who is having special knowledge and technical skill, that person is called the professional, and which is used to serve the society impartially. And that knowledge or that technical skill is used to serve the society impartially without any biasness. That knowledge is used to serve the society. So that is called the profession. So management is profession or not, we will discuss about the feature of the profession. If the management is fulfilling these things, then the management is profession, otherwise management is not a profession. So features of profession: well defined body of knowledge. The profession is the well defined body of knowledge, means it is a systematized body of knowledge. There is a requirement of knowledge. So in the same way, in the management also there is a requirement of knowledge, and that is also the well defined body of knowledge with the theories and the principles of management. So according to this feature, we can say that the management is a profession. Restricted entry: in a profession there is a restricted entry, means only the person who is having the qualification for that profession, they can enter in that profession. Means the associations, professional associations, they are restricting the entry of the people in the profession. Like in the medical, the doctor can start the practice only after becoming the member of the uh, All India Medical Association. Then only they can start the practice. So their entries are restricted. The person who is having the degree for a doctor, that can enter in the profession of the doctor with the help of professional association. So entries are restricted in profession. But in case of management, the entries in management is not restricted. Means nowadays there is a requirement of the management degree to become the manager, but any person who is having the degree of Bachelor of Art, Bachelor of Commerce, Bachelor of Science, or Master of Commerce, Master of Science, or Master of Art, that can become the manager. No restriction. So according to this feature, the management is not a profession. Professional associations. There are some professional associations in all the professions, like lawyer, Bar Council of Law is there. For the medical, All India Medical Association is there. So these professional associations are there. Every professional who want to start his profession, that has to become the member of the professional association. Like CA, that has to become the member of ICAI. Then only he can start independent work as a CA. So these are the professional associations. For this, every professional person has to become the member of professional associations for starting his or her profession. But in case of management, there is also a professional association, All India Management Association, but there is no restriction. There is no restriction to become the member of All India Management Association for all the managers. If any person that is not the member of this All India Management Association, that also can become the manager and start his work as a manager. So according to this feature also, the management is not a profession. Ethical code of conduct, according to this feature, the profession is having the ethical code of conduct. Means these professional associations, these are making a code of conduct for every profession, like Bar Council of Law. For this, there is a code of conduct. If any lawyer is not following this code of conduct, their license will be cancelled, their membership will be cancelled, and that cannot continue his practice as a lawyer. In the same way, if any doctor is not following the code of conduct of the All India Medical Association, in that case, his membership is cancelled and he cannot continue his profession or as a doctor, or he cannot continue his practice as a doctor. But in case of management, All India Management Association also having the code of conduct, but it is not implemented on all the managers. So they have to follow or not to follow the code of conduct. It depends on the managers, because if they are not the member, then there is not compulsion for them to follow the code of conduct. So according to this feature also, the management is not the profession. And service motive. In profession, the service motive is there. Means priority should be given to the service motive, not to the profit motive. They have to give the priority to the service motive. They have to serve the society. In every profession, like doctor is there, if any patient is going to the doctor, he has to treat that patient. He has not to ask about money. If the person is not having the money, then also he has to treat that. But in case of manager, there is no service motive. So according to this feature, the management is not the profession. So on the basis of all these features, in conclusion, we can say that the management is not a profession. So the nature of management we have discussed as a science, as an art, as a profession. Out of these three things, the management is only a science and art. Management is not a profession. So these things we have discussed in this today's lecture. So thank you. Have a nice day.